nurses, it's time to build more wealth and give more. In this video, I'm going to show you how. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Denis, the home care agency startup and growth expert. In what we do, we help burnt out, overworked, frustrated nurses and healthcare professionals start and grow their own home care agency so they can give more, have more of a life, more income, build generational wealth, and leave a legacy while serving their community and creating jobs. So, most nurses, I am a former bedside nurses, I have a retired bedside nurses, and most nurses, most people who are in the healthcare profession, we are givers. We went into this somewhere you wanted to give back. You wanted to give back to your community. You wanted to give to the people that you wanted to give to, right? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can give more. And the way you give more is by building more wealth. Lots of time people have those misconceptions about wealth. I remember I used to be in that position. I remember when I worked in the hospital and when it was time to take care of the wealthy patients, I kind of felt a certain way because lots of the wealthy people that I took care of, they were a little bit like they treated us as if we were less than. They treated us as if we were basically kind of like their slave and ordering us around. And I didn't like that. And because of that, I had that bad perception of like wealthy people to the point somewhere where I will say, hey, I don't even want to work with the wealthy people because they don't show so much appreciation to the work that we're doing. And I remember as a home care nurse, I will go to places that were really poor and go to those houses. And when I went there, they treated me like a queen. They were so appreciative of the work that I was doing. That gave me that bad perception of wealthy people, but that's a false perception. And what I come to learn, for people like us who are givers, we love to give, and being wealthy is not even a choice because the more we have, the more we can give. And wealth doesn't, basically what wealth does, it basically amplify who you are. If you were already a nice person, if you were a giving person, when you have more, it's going to amplify who you are. If you are mean and miserable, when you have more, it's going to amplify who you are. So the issue is not the wealth. The issue is the actual person, who they are, because all that wealth does, it's a magnifying glass that really amplifies who the person is. So how can you build more wealth? One of the best ways to build more wealth is start your own business. Start your own business, whatever the business is. And for me, it was starting my own home care agency, which I will invite you, if that's what you're interested in, if that's what your passion is, I will invite you to look into that and start your own home care business. And of course, when you're first getting started, you have to focus on growing the business first before you start giving everything. You have to focus on growing the business first. I remember when I first started, what I used to do, because I always wanted to give. And when I first started and we were not really making that much money, I wanted to give back to my community. And what I did was I was going to all the underserved population. I was looking for people who needed home care, and I knew they couldn't pay me. And I will bring them on into our services, knowing fully that they couldn't pay me. And when it was time for them to pay, they couldn't pay. And I already had a caregiver providing services for them. And when it's payroll time, I'm going crazy. I want to pull my hair. But it was my fault because I was trying to help those people before I was even stable. But once I shifted, when I saw like what I was doing wasn't the right thing, and I shifted and I started serving people who could give, who could pay for the service easily. When I started attracting more of those people into my agency, I was able to make a profit. And when I made a profit, we started creating programs where we can serve the people who need it the most but don't have the money to afford the care. And I was only able to give more because I started serving people at a higher level, I started serving people who could actually pay. Then we took care of the agency first. Then we could give more back to the community, to the people who were underserved, right? So when you that's one thing I share with you, so you don't fall into that same thing that I fell into, because I know as people would like to give, we will figure a way to make ourselves believe, hey, we have to do this, we have to serve the people that can afford it. But if we keep serving only people that can afford our services, we basically doing ourselves a disservice, because as a business, we need that cash flow to keep moving. So we want to serve the people that can afford the services. Then once we make a profit, now we can create a program to serve, to give back to our community and give back to the people that needs it the most. But not only that, first thing, if you want to build wealth, the fastest way to build wealth is starting your own business. Once you start your own business, you have to plan, have a giving plan on how you want to give. Like for me, the way that we give, we decide on a percentage that we want to give back to the community. And we have a specific bank account where we like whatever the percentage that we decide on, that money, any money that comes in, we take that giving percentage off and put it in our giving bank account, so we know that money is for giving. And the advantage of putting a percentage instead of a dollar amount, the percentage stays the same. So let's say if the percentage is like 5%, if you make whatever you make, it's still 5%. So now if you want the 5% to be bigger, your job is to make more money, so that 5% can be a larger amount. So I will advise you to do the same. Start your business, create a giving account, decide on the percentage that you would like to give. Like for us, we give 15% back of what we make. And if we want to give more, guess what? That gave us the incentive to, like, if we want to give more, then we have to make more money and serve more people in order to give more. So if you're ready to build your wealth, give more, and impact your community at a higher level, be sure, start your own business today. Start your own home care agency if that's where you are, if that's what you are passionate about. Create your giving account. Decide what is the percentage that you want to give back to your community, and get to work. Let's make it happen, and let's give back to our community. That's how you build wealth. Give more and create more impact. So if you're looking to start your home care agency, that's what you've been wanting to do for years, and you haven't find, like, you haven't done it, either because you didn't know how, you didn't have the time, or whatever the reason is, or maybe it wasn't the right season for you to get started, I would love to help you get started. My team and I would love to help you get started. We have an amazing program where we do all of the work for you. We register your business for you. We get you the license. We get you all the internal paperwork. And on top of that, we provide you with training when it comes to how to operate the business. Because if you have all the paperwork and you don't know how to operate the business, it's not going to work out, right? You want to know how to operate the business, how to schedule your caregivers so you can stay in compliance. You can stay in compliance with labor laws and all the things that you need to be in compliance with, how to bring a new client to your services, how to do what we call a free assessment or a free consultation. All this is part of operation. Now that you once you learn operation, you're going to need to know about how to market your agency. What do you say to the referral sources? How do you follow up? How do you cultivate that relationship with them? We give you all of that in one package. We basically give you like a turnkey service where you are ready to like just hit the ground running and run your home care agency and be able to receive clients. If that's what you want, I'm inviting you to make sure you click the description below and register for our free info session so you can learn more about our program. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for you to be our next success story. Be sure to click the link in the description below. and register for our next free info session. And if you also have your home care agency already and looking for resources to grow, we also have tons of resources. Be sure to check the description link as well for resources for people who are looking to grow their home care agency. And if you love this video, if you say, hey, that's my person, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll love to have you here. See you in the next video.